welcome to Yuridia on Air Show. Thank you for being here. Remember everyone to subscribe on our YouTube channel and on Facebook and Instagram because that helps us and to spread the news. And today we have a very good friend that I've been wanting to catch you. You're so busy. I have to wait till you come back from Mexico for this interview.
Oh my goodness, I remember.
So you need to explain to us what happened in your Mexico trip, and then also tell us a little bit about yourself and where we are, because we've been announcing this to get women involved in technology, and what other good example of yourself. And then you're not only you're a woman, you're Latina, you're an immigrant. So I understand there's a lot in you itself. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, amiga, Yuridia. We're so excited to host you here today. I guess a little bit about me before we get going on AIM, and we're really excited to welcome you to the Brain Exchange. And before I get going on the mission of the work that our organization provides to the community, I want to share that when I was 12, I came as an undocumented child, and I was born and raised in Mexico. And my parents chose Omaha to be our growing state, because so now I developed relationships. I got married here. I have a daughter. So since 2012, though, I've been a DACA recipient, and like you mentioned, 24 years later, I was able to travel to Mexico earlier this year and spend over a month just visiting with my family and just felt like I never left.
After how many years?
24 years.
24 years?
I know.
That's a different... Well, you came here when you were little.
Yeah.
So...
I don't want you guys to make the math, but yes, I was still when I came. And 24 years later.
Yeah, but you go back and then it's a different experience, right?
Yes. So you live as a kid, then you come back as an adult, and I really had a very interesting return. One, because my dad had passed away in Mexico and I couldn't attend his funeral. And secondly, I learned that even though I didn't grow up there, I felt like I never left because my family embraced me and welcomed me. Like, absolutely, there was no time in between us. And so
that's beautiful.
It was a beautiful moment, and I hope that everyone that had experience growing up in a different country that have the opportunity to go back to their original place of being born somewhere else and being able to experience what it's like to go to the land aside
it changes your perspective, right? Well,
it does.
I mean, you get to have the experience.
Yes.
No one can tell you, what it is. So, I mean, and it's also good experience because I'm sure you saw a lot of opportunities over there, or your ideas, their ideas, and then the culture. I'm sure
Absolutely.
That's something that you can only experience if you do it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And when I was down there, I never felt unsafe. I never felt like I was gonna be. There was a lot of stories. Yeah, a lot of stories that people told me that had traveled out to Mexico and other countries. Just like, be careful who you talk to, they'll go out, and etc. etc. And like you said, until you live that, you really, there isn't anything to be afraid of. So go out and explore. And as for me and those that have family that that reside in other countries, I encourage you guys to take a leap of faith and experience, because it just makes you a better person when you understand other communities and how they come together. So as for that's a little bit about me. Yes, growing up in Omaha. AIM, as we transition into how I came across AIM. So, like I mentioned, I'm a DACA recipient, and until I was able to legalize my employment status, I was able to find this job out of just a random experience, really random. And honestly, before I could work anywhere, I had gone to Bell University and got my bachelor's, but I still knew that I wanted to be a community member that was an active member of the community. And the way that I did that, my family owns Maria Bonita Mexican Cuisine, and at the time, we couldn't afford a website. But we knew that technology was driving business and driving the economy, And so I started researching and through my marketing class, and I took some WordPress classes. And then next thing you know, I was just figuring out how to do a website. Obviously, members in society and community leaders like Armando Salgado, borrowed me hosting, and then we started doing, Maria Bonita online, and then next thing you know, our catering requests were coming online. I guess what I'm sharing is, I always just was curious about how technology drove business.
Okay.
And when I was able to formalize my training, I started here as the executive assistant to our president and CEO now, Dr. Candace Miller, and she really, I have a lot to be grateful for AIM, but the main thing was that she gave me an opportunity to just try something, right, that was unknown to me. Honestly, for those that don't know about the mission of the AIM Institute, so the organization's been around for over 30 years.
30 years.
So yeah, we recently celebrated our 30th year milestone, and our mission is to grow a strong and diverse tech community. And we do that through outreach efforts. We do that through providing access to technology training that's quality training that's accredited by the state of Nebraska. We're the only nonprofit in the community that is actually providing access to this training to get people into rewarding, stable job opportunities. And maybe a lot of you don't know that the tech sector is non-diverse, and not only that, but it's also very rewarding. It's a very stable job opportunity, and after COVID, a lot of employers have switched their employment practices to host more hybrid work, more remote work, and those that were able to keep up with the technology and been able to be effective members of society are the ones that are thriving, right? Mm-hmm. And so technology is a transferable skill, and a lot of people don't know where they fit. And what we say here at AIM is that everybody has the capacity to learn a new skill, and you just gotta know where you fit in the continuum of tech. Our mission really is about teaching first people that there are 5 different areas of technology where people can enter this workforce. Okay. So we define it in infrastructure, data, we have an operations/leadership track. We also do the programming track and courses such as coding, and then design. So within those 5 areas of technology, there is a program for you where you can get yourself into the technology workforce. And so our programs are spread out throughout the community, and we provide training to not only students and youth we primarily focus on BIPOC because it's BIPOC and woman, because the technology sector, as I mentioned before, is not very diverse. So a lot of our efforts into providing access are into the BIPOC community and to the woman and the woman of color especially. And the way that we do that, there's a variety of ways that we provide training, but just to mention a few ways, we fundraise. And so I oversee fundraising at this organization now. I mentioned that when I started, I was the executive assistant to the CEO, and throughout the years, you asked me earlier how long you've been here. This year I'll be celebrating my 10th year, and now I oversee fundraising for the organization. Mm-hmm. And through our fundraising efforts, we're able then to secure grants and then provide programming at specific nonprofit partner community members or school sites. Sometimes we'll host programming here too. Mm-hmm. After COVID, there's a lot of programming that doesn't take place here. Now we go out where the community gathers. So some of our partners are, like elementary schools like Spring Lake in South Omaha. We also have programming at Bryan High School, South High School. There's a variety of middle schools that we're part of as well, where we provide after-school programming, where we excite early student interest so that those kids can see themselves in the career of technology by providing fun learning experiences.
So a lot of the students that are here, they're from elementary, high school, college, or what are the ages?
Absolutely. So on a continuum. So we serve all kids. Our primary K-12, so 7 to 17 is our youth demographic. And if they attend one of those schools I mentioned, and we serve a lot of schools, those are just some of the ones I mentioned, they can reach out to the school and find out what the after-school program for AIM is and how they can enroll their kids, and then at the main office, and then they can direct you to a site coordinator at the school, or you can look at our website too and find out what schools, and then they can get access to our after-school programming via that way. For the nonprofit partner programming, so we have an established partnership with the YMCA downtown, which is across the street from here, where we also provide training and programming to kids that participate in the YMCA clubs. Okay. So that will be an example of another partnership that we have youth activities going on. If your children are part of the Girl Scouts, we're also in partnership with the Girl Scouts, so we provide programming to the technology badges. And so there are a lot of partnerships like that in the community for youth where they can participate. Be on the look on the AIM Institute website for community-wide partnerships where anyone that doesn't go to the school or doesn't go to those nonprofits can still access our programming, especially in the summer. Make sure you guys check on our website and subscribe to our newsletter so that you can get an insight on first come, first serve, free technology summer programs that are coming up. And again, that will be for 7 to 17. Yeah, okay. And it's first come, first serve because again, depending on how much money we're able to raise, we're able to provide that completely free of charge.
It's free? Mm-hmm. What about for women? And especially if there's a lot of women that they didn't finish college, or that there's a lot of women that they're undocumented, or they just feel that they're too old, which I don't think anybody's too old, but I get a lot of that might say, well, I'm already 40 years old, can I steal? I was always attracted to technology, but I just thought it wasn't, it's almost impossible. Just because you don't see a lot of women, especially over 40. Yeah. And then on top of that, you are undocumented. So, what are your recommendations for women like that?
Absolutely. So, yes, I share with you, the ways that you can get your youth involved. But yes, that's a great point. Our mission is that we make this training available to everyone, and definitely, you're not too old to learn a new skill, and they're transferable skills. All jobs, the way that technology is driving our economy, all jobs will need access to some technology skills, and that makes you a better qualified potential employee if you're looking for a job. Check out our website as well. We offer workshops that are, ranging from 1 hour to 3 hours, and they happen at community partner organizations, as I mentioned before. We have an ongoing training at the Heartland Workforce Solutions site in North Omaha, and soon when South Omaha's office opens, we're hoping to have training available in South Omaha as well. More recently, an existing partnership with the WCA, which is the Women's Center for Advancement. We held a training at WCA only for women who were participants of WCA. They received some training from us. We have ongoing training that is being scheduled this spring. So that will be another partner. If you live in North Omaha, you can also reach out to Urban League. We provide training there. If you live in South Omaha, coming up in March, later this month, we'll have a training that will take place at St. Luke's Church on 24th Street. And that's in partnership with the South Omaha Community Care Council, where we will be hosting training for adults 18 and older. And it will be potentially, we're forecasting that this training will take place in the afternoon. And look at our website for more details, but we'll make sure to share it with Yuridia so she can post on her networks. That we will be hosting a training in South Omaha for South Omaha residents 18 and older. There will be a stipend or a laptop provided for them if they complete the course, and we're actively looking for grants to make sure that actually happens. There will be an orientation that we'll also post on our website. So as I said, the best way to keep on speed with everything that we have to offer.
There's a lot of information. It's
there
on the
is
website?
Everything's on the website. If you go online and you search on Eventbrite as well, because that's the way that we get everyone registered. You can go on our website, but you can also go on eventbrite.com, search for the AIME Institute, and then you'll see all the available training happening in your area. Just as I mentioned, training in North Omaha, South Omaha, we also have training going on all across Southwest Iowa as well. Because our outreach is so that everybody has access to this. Now, our demographic area is between Omaha, Council Bluffs, and the Southwest area, because that's our area of interest. But we also, for those that are not in Omaha and want to be part of this movement, you guys can log in on our website. We also have programming that's completely remote. So you can take some of our courses completely online as well. We don't encourage that. We prefer that if you're a local, that you come to the in-person trainings, because you can get one-on-one tutoring. You are assigned to a tech career navigator that helps you through the process. Well, your focus. But that opportunity is also available. Those of you, there's a lot of people of color that live in Greater Nebraska. We will be opening a site in the in-person training in Greater Nebraska near Kearney. We also have someone on staff in Scottsbluff, Nebraska as well, because it's a high BIPOC community over there as well, and we want to make sure that our reach is across all.
Especially for
the Latinos.
We are everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Lexington, Grand Island, Hastings, Scottsbluff. I remember when I used to work at the Mexican consulate, we go to all these small places, and I was like, what? This is not Lexington anymore, it's Lexington now.
No, you're right. You're right when you say that, because there's just a lot of us Latinos.
And they don't have a lot of access to the.
That's why strategically, that's why we are going into Kearney and Scottsbluffs, because we saw that's kind of like a hub where all of these smaller towns can get access to. And so we have a tech career navigator now in Greater Nebraska as well. We will be doing also training in Red Oak, Iowa. We're expanding into Southwest Iowa more and more in person as well, because we want to be able to have this training available in the nearby cities.
Technology helps you so much for your business, education, for everything. What are your, and I want to see more women in technology, because I don't see a lot, and we thank you for sharing this information. What are the things that you want to send a message to the audience saying, you know what, technology is good because of A, B, C. This is what you need to do. This is how it helped me. Just do it. Don't be intimidated. Don't feel like you can't do it.
Absolutely. So we envision a future where everybody has access to these skills. Like I mentioned before, career technology is a $1 million decision. And when people hear this, like, how? I want $1 million too. Well, me too. I wanted $1 million, right? And so, who doesn't want to be a millionaire? I always say that. And the reason behind that is because a career technology, over the span of, on average, of 30 years of work, you will make $1 million more than any other career.
Really?
Yes. And there's proven data that actually, now with inflation and everything, it'll be a little bit over $1 million now.
Yes.
And when you think about that, technology can help end the cycle of poverty. It's a generational cycle-breaking opportunity for those that have experienced homelessness and poverty growing up to experience a stable job opportunity. And for us women, the careers in technology is very exciting, not only because employers want to see a more diverse workforce, and women bring a lot of qualities, to diversify the workplace. And then secondly, people of color and the diverse mindsets, make a better team. And so employers across the states, not just in Nebraska, but Iowa, and this is a nationwide problem, where the technology workforce is not diverse. So organizations like us, and this is why I'm really passionate about the work that we do, is because One, I get excited when I hear about a student whose parents were undocumented, and I can relate, right? Like my parents were undocumented, had 2 jobs at one point, and now I can share, you know, that because I went into technology, I was able to not only support my family, but now for generations to come, you know, I had like an aha moment, like in my family, like, oh my God, I didn't know you could do that. And so, and the most fun part is that the rewarding career technology will never go. There will always be jobs available. I guess is what I was trying to say.
You will always have a job opportunity.
There will always be a job
like
opportunity.
Remotely, or especially for women that, you know, some of us have kids and
Right.
we would like to work from home on occasions in case the kid gets sick. We want to have that flexibility.
Absolutely.
You know? We want to have that flexibility. Now, what would your recommendation would be for women or anybody that English is not their first language? Is this like a big barrier for technology, or what is your suggestion for that?
Well, so and you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that because we want to be more inclusive. Last year we hired our first bilingual tech instructor, and he's actually the one that's doing the classes in South Omaha.
In Spanish?
In English and Spanish.
That's really good. It makes a big difference.
It does. Now, we do recommend that you have some English.
Yes.
Enough to keep up with the class.
Everything is in English too, right?
And this is what I say, you know, like I personally welcome everyone to take our courses, but what I say is, at the end of the day, I want those that take our training to be employable. And if you don't know English, and we live in an English society, you're not going to be employable anyways. Like, you can receive our training, but then you're not going to be hired. And in order to break that cycle of poverty that I'm talking about, you gotta enter the workforce, right? And so even though we have our first bilingual teacher, he's able to support folks that English is not their first language, to accommodate so that, you know, that they are able to take the course. It's still important for those folks to go to attend our partners' English as a second language classes. You know, the Latino Center of the Midlands and HWS actually has a lot of opportunities for you to get registered and take English as a second language. There are classes online. I mean, there are a lot of ways that you can get yourself some conversational English.
But at least it shouldn't be like a barrier.
Absolutely.
You can, you know, it's a progress, because you're not gonna learn English overnight, but you can try.
Absolutely.
Every day, so you can still go to the classes. And you know, kind of like when I was taking ESL classes, and I was able to take like math class.
There.
You know, you have to do both.
That's
they go together.
It's in kind of,
yeah. When in Rome, you behave like Romans, so you have to learn the language. But I'm glad that it's offered as well, because it would not. You know, what I'm saying is that you don't have to be 100% fluent.
Right.
You can still, you know,
begin that journey.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's beautiful. Technology helps a lot.
Yeah, it's a really strong path for those that, you know, want to have more flexibility. There's over 2,500 jobs available at any given time in this community that go unfilled. Imagine if we can get our gente to take this training and then fill those jobs. You know, the starting salary for a technology worker or an employee that's in tech, they start at a minimum base of $50,000. Minimum base. And so when you think about that, that's no experience. Yes, just plain, I know how to do X, Y, and Z. But you know, once you're in, the opportunities for growth. You know what I mean? There's an opportunity for a promotion here. Next thing you know, look at my journey. I mean, I've been in this workforce for 9 years, and you know, I'm nothing but thankful that, you know, I discovered this, and I want more people to know that they too can do this. But they got put in time and effort to learn a new skill. Like in everything, you know, nothing's easy, but with dedication, you know, and structure, you can make this work for you as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing it, because we need more information like this. Like when you told me about this place, you told me, oh yeah, they can apply. They don't have to be registered at the university. They don't have to even have like a social security number. Just apply.
Just apply. Get started.
Yes, and then once you get yourself started, then the sky is the limit.
Yeah.
So make sure everybody, we're gonna share the information, the website, and if they have any questions, they can reach you. Just go.
Absolutely. Go to the website. If nothing else, I encourage everyone to fill out a Tech Career Navigator form.
Okay.
That will get you, so you put your basic information, someone from our team reaches out and helps you create a tech journey plan.
Okay.
So, they'll sit down with you, they'll find out what... Exactly. Yeah, we have our own guidance counselors for technology careers. So, in short, they'll sit with you, they'll create a plan, they'll show you the STEM community platform, provide you a bunch of opportunities that are offered, not just with us, but because we know that we're not going to be able to address this shortage right now.
Yes.
Together, collectively, we can do more. And so we also refer people to other programs that are available in the community, both for youth and adults. And so, we'll create a plan, like here's all of these classes, these are all of these things that you can do. If you're interested in signing up for college, we can help you fill out your FAFSA. We'll help you fill out scholarship applications and then get you enrolled in the College of ISNT. Connect you to the university system or Bellevue University, whatever higher education you want to go to. We'll help you get connected
for free.
Enroll. Yeah, we'll provide all the support for free.
So if I'm a person who is jobless and don't have college, I can just apply and then you guys help me figure it out.
Yes, we'll help you figure that out.
All I know is that I want to be in the tech
Exactly.
world.
You don't know how to start, basically.
Yes.
But you just know you have a passion. You have you want to get discipline. And, well, that's like the
that's
thing
a
on the
different thing. But at least education would empower you. This is really nice because I know there's a lot of individuals out there that they want to get in, but they're so lost. They don't know where to start. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of people like that. So that's why I say just connect with the Tech Career Navigator.
Yes.
It's a quick online form. Someone will reach out to you via an email. They'll set up a Zoom meeting if you can make it in person. They'll talk to you. Okay, so what did you go to school? They'll find out basic information and then they'll ask you, where do you see yourself? Do you see yourself, this?
It's like a personal coach.
Yeah, it really is. And then they'll sign you up for the next class. Then you try. I mentioned that we have offerings that are 1 hour, 3 hours. Our certifications last between 10 to 12 weeks. But if you're ready to make that, then you do that. I mean, you can get all of this done within a year. But you
within a year.
You have to be disciplined. Well, you have to be disciplined.
A year's nothing. And for free?
It's for free.
No, check it out, guys. I'm speechless.
I know, me too.
Because you don't hear that every day. Okay, imagine someone tells you, you know what, with dedication and effort, because we already are workers, right? But now here's an opportunity in the tech world for free.
Absolutely.
For free. So all you gotta do is show up.
Just show up and see, and that's been like literally the hardest thing that I have had. And when I go out there in the community and say, hey, just sign up, like, I don't know, it does take a little bit of grit.
Yes.
Because I just wish, since I got to fundraise for him, I just want to see all of our programs with waiting lists. And we are not there yet.
You're not there?
I'm not there yet. So
we're going to make this
why are we not having waiting lists? I want to see waiting lists on every single school, every single nonprofit. I want everybody to reach out and say, hey, I have like 50 people that are ready to take this class. We'll put a class together for you.
Really?
But yeah, honestly. But it's just like, it takes a little bit of discipline and structure. Show up.
Discipline.
The first step is showing up.
I will tell you representation matters.
Oh, absolutely.
Representation matters. If we see some, the only reason I know about this program is because of you. Because I asked you. It's not something that someone told me or I heard it on the news or anything. I did not know. I remember you. It was something about technology because I remember I reached you. And then I thought it was just saying maybe it's just coding or maybe you have to build a website. How do I know? Like I'm in the legal field, but I don't know nothing about technology. that much, you're basically like a social worker. There's nothing wrong with that, but what I'm saying, comparing it with technology, the moment you graduate with no experience, there's job opportunities anywhere in the world.
Oh yeah, you
not
can
just
work
in
here
Omaha,
for a company in India or a company in Russia.
This is like a dream job for a woman because you're gonna get benefits, you're gonna have flexibility, and this is something that you pass to your generation well. So,
that's what I was saying.
but that's what I'm saying. We need more people.
Tiene una pregunta, dice, ¿cuál es el porcentaje de latinos que están inscritos en el programa?
Sí, so that's a great question because that's been kind of my passion project. So we actually track unrepresented communities being served, and 80% of our participants come from a non-represented background.
80%?
80%.
That's a really good number.
Yeah, the average in everybody else's programs is about 60%. We're really proud to say that we are we're targeting constantly communities of color, women, because we want to make sure that they too hear about the ample opportunities in technology. And Latinos, now, we're not going to change the trajectory of someone's life unless, you reach out and you get connected.
Exactly.
Right? So for me, it's been a personal passion. That's why we have a program in South High and Bryan High and Spring Lake, and so we are going after the schools that are serving the majority of the Latinos and providing this program for free. The partnership with the South Dominican Community Care Council had one initiative, and the only initiative that was behind it is we wanted residents from the area. We want to make sure that those grant dollars are delivered for our community, and that's the fundraising effort behind doing these partnerships. East Omaha, it's a core area where we're providing all of our programs. This is why I mentioned, including Southwest Iowa. It's because we want to increase the number of Latinos in the tech workforce. But again, it's going to take a variety of methods. From the little kids that get that fun tech learning experience, and they say, "Oh my God, Mom, I have had kids from Spring Lake say, my parents worked at the meat packing plant. I didn't know I could do robotics. I didn't know I could program, on some software." And so for them, it's an aha moment, and it's now after your kids, if they participate in our programs, I encourage you to have conversations about this and say, "I'm so glad you like it. Let's find out what other activities are available in the community so that you can reinforce that passion, that early student interest," right? And so it's going to take everyone.
Yes.
From the school, the after-school program, the teachers, the parents, the community. It's like you spread the awareness. This might not be for you, but if you know someone who's underemployed, unemployed, or not sure what to do with their life, send them to try this. If it's not for you, no problem, but you might know someone that can benefit from this training.
Yes, anytime there's an event, you guys post it on the website. Make sure that when there's an event to let us know, we can go and
Thank you. That would be great.
Yeah,
we need more partners to help us to do that.
Oh, trust me, we have another show, Entre Amigas.
Trust me.
She said that we're going to do now the one in Spanish porque quiero que más gente escuche esta información en español. Entonces, ahorita lo vamos a hacer en español. Porque somos bilingües. Entonces, well, thank you very much. I don't know if you want to send a message.
Just make sure, again, the aiminstitute.org, it's our website. Make sure you subscribe to our newsletter. Go on eventbrite.com, search for the AIM Institute for all of our class offerings. If you look at our website, you can look at all the schools we're currently providing programming at. If your children attend one of the schools, find out how to get your kids registered, get them registered. And then if you are underemployed, unemployed, or not sure what to do, contact our Tech Career Navigator to get started.
Get your personal coaching there.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Gracias.